Hey bro, is it alright if I kill you? Okay. I guess I'll just take that as a no. What's up everybody, T-Hawk1 here. Welcome back to another Five Nights at Freddy's video. Now, last time what I did was two theories. The true story about 87 and who exactly is the marionette. Well, this is part 2 because I was unfinished with the rest of my theories. Now, when I came out with that video, to be honest, that was like a few days after the third game came out, and I already know about that game, so that's why I wanted to make a part 2 to involve the third game. However, well, I doubt that there's a Phantom Bonnie because, well, I didn't see a faceless Bonnie or a Bonnie with a face. Yeah. But I did see a Phantom Chica, but her jaw was not busted. It was just a regular Chica with a different texture, like a different skin or whatever you would call it. And for Freddy, well, they took the model of Golden Freddy and then they retextured it and then said he was Phantom Freddy, not Golden Freddy. And what I mean by that is I mean like Golden Freddy from number 2, the sequel of Five Nights at Freddy's. But a lot of people say it's a prequel. I kind of go with that because they've made a lot of theories about it. So yeah. But as I was saying, I'm going to be making some more theories. Besides, the reason why I couldn't finish my other ones is because, well, I didn't have any more room, so I had to make a separate video. Also, I might have made a few mistakes on the theories, so I might correct them. So anyways, enough talking, let's get started. Purple, the theme of the murderer. They call him the purple guy because he is purple. Well, duh. But anyways, as I was saying, so what it means is, well, under a few calculations, a different theorist has came out that purple represents the color gold. Well, that's actually true because if you notice that on Five Nights at Freddy's 2, you'll see Shadow Freddy. Shadow Freddy's purple. He has the exact same pose as Golden Freddy. He looks exactly the same inside the parts and service room. And he looks exactly like Golden Freddy, except for the fact that he's purple. Now that represents Golden Freddy. Well, notice that also represents the murderer as gold, because first of all, he uses a suit to kill children, a Golden Freddy suit. Purple equals gold. Think about that. They used a lot of purple equal to gold thing. Because after all, he discovered that there's a picture of words in purple. Now those little letters, or words, whatever, are the same words as the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 trailer. And they're written in gold. So that obviously represents it. So then, notice that Springtrap is inside Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Because, for example, notice that if you look at the hallway Foxy runs down, notice that there's a drawing of a picture with nothing on it but that little drawing on the wall. That drawing is a picture of purple Springtrap. It is not withered. Because it couldn't have been, because what it looks like is a purple bunny with the ears pointed in diagonal directions. Now, Springtrap has his ears diagonally posed. However, it couldn't have been Bonnie because his are up and down. They're vertically. His ears go vertically, which means up and down. So it couldn't have been Bonnie. Now think about it. It's purple, which means purple represents gold. Springtrap is gold. So that means Springtrap is in there. But it's also the murderer, because if you look at Five Nights at Freddy's 3, an 8-bit video game where your player is a pixelated dead child's soul, you find the purple man inside a little room with the Springtrap suit inside. as well as 4 other kids blocking your path so you can't go out. Instead, you have to scare him to death. You keep on scaring the purple guy so badly that he's so terrified he tries going into the suit. Once he enters the suit, he stands up and he mocks you by laughing real hard. Once he does that, he realizes there's a reason why they call that Springtrap suit Springtrap. There are spring traps in the suit still, and he just entered it. That's when he started gushing blood all over the place because it trapped him. That's what happens to all the suits. Just like when it said Theory 3 or like that picture, you see your eyes pop out and everything because there's animatronic devices. But with the mask from FNAF Freddy's 2, they modify it. It's a mask, not a head. So that's why you don't die from it. But anyways, that's what happens. Now that sounds pretty scary. So yeah, as a matter of fact, I've proven my theory that he is actually the murderer. Now, I'll show you a few pictures and I'll explain them to you in a while. So yeah, they'll explain how many kids he's murdered. He's killed a lot of them. Here, I'll show you. First of all, we have this one right here. This happens in Fredbear's Diner, as I said in the first video. So if you want to know about it, look at my previous video I just showed you, the part 1. But anyways, in that little game, you'll notice that the only animatronic is Freddy because this is like a really old place, way before pizzerias even came out. It's just a tiny little restaurant with 1 room, and you see six kids, and you're holding a tray with cake. Your character is Freddy, like the animatronic. So anyways, actually you're just a person in a suit. You're not really an animatronic. But that's what happens, and you're supposed to give cake to children. That way they won't get angry, because that's what the game tells you to do. It says give cake to children. You give them cake, but after a while, if they don't eat cake, they'll start getting a little angry. After a long time, they'll start getting really angry. So then you really have to give them cake. But at that same time, again, I've told you this before, you'll see a little child outside the little restaurant crying. Then you'll see a purple automobile go nearby, and then you'll see the purple man come out. This is on FNAF Freddy's 2 before he entered the Springtrap suit. You'll see him there. In fact, this is like even before number 1 or 2 because it's a prequel. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, you'll see that happen, and you'll see tears cover the entire body of the child because he murdered him. After the tears clear up, you'll see that same pixeled child you saw from a while ago. Whenever you were about to make purple guy jump into the suit, that's what you see. After that, it does a marionette jump scare. Because that could have been the marionette. Now, as I said, the purple guy might have stuffed the characters, or it could have been the marionette. But to correct myself, it was definitely the marionette because of this picture right here. Where you're playing as the marionette, that's where you stuff the animatronics. Well, they stuff the kids into animatronic suits because it says give gifts. You just give them presents. That doesn't really do anything. Then it says give life. Once you get near them, you'll see you gave them an animatronic head. And I said head, not mask. But the good thing is they're already dead, so they don't have to worry about that. So that's how the animatronics from FNAF Freddy's 1 get created, because of the marionette. So that's what's happening. But before you finish the last child, after you finish the last child, you'll get a Golden Freddy jump scare. Because in number 2, Golden Freddy receives a jump scare, but it doesn't crash your game. Because, he's just a head, and he just hovers right towards you, then it's the end of the jump scare. But that's what happens. And you already know what he looks like. So yeah. So you see that jump scare, but before the Golden Freddy head appears, you'll notice that there's a 5th child. It just appears all of a sudden in the very middle, right before the jump scare occurs. If you pause the game before he jump scares you, you'll notice that 5th child's there before Golden Freddy jump scares you. But before you could stuff him, it gives you a Golden Freddy jump scare because, well, the animatronics that have already been stuffed do it for him. But yes, as I said, That's what happened. So I corrected that. And what else? I don't think there's anything else, but let's think. I guess that's it. So yeah, that concludes my theory. Goodbye.